Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427.
Окей. Stanley Purple. Комната 427. Где мы работаем?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Действительно странно.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Сюда можно залезть. Ну, Стенли, залази. О, молодец, давай. Оп, и это один конец.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Так, что я выберу? Типа мне все это...
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
В общем, это
Did
одна
it all day
концовка.
in a meaning.
Надо перезапустить игру. Как вернуться в плана? Так, теперь начать игру.
This is the story of a man.
Ладно, лучше так сделаем. Пойдемте туда.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Так и быть, пойдем влево.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Да. Не открывается.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Пойдем
office.
наверх. Послушаем пока что его. Так, окей.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Подозрительно. Не поем на лифте прямо сюда, наверное. Сюда можно? Я потерялся. Вот я. Фак. Где мы? Загрузка.